Hi, this is Doug Heikkinen of IrisXYZ, and I'm here in San Francisco at the Hightower Apex Conference with Jenn Lim, who's the CEO and co-founder of Delivering Happiness. Hi, Jenn.
Hello.
How did you first discover this connection between happiness in the workplace and productivity?
Well, it's actually kind of serendipitous. As I was a consultant at Zappos for many years, back in the days when it was a startup. And so there was a lot of interest on how to grow a company with people as a priority. So basically company culture before it was a buzzword. And so it was interesting because we were doing a lot of studies, and in parallel there's something called positive psychology and scientific happiness that was emerging at the same time. So it's really being able to do these studies, learn of these principles of what it means to be sustainably happy in life, which is essentially living out a higher purpose, living our values and our authentic self, and testing that at Zappos. And so essentially that's when we started discovering that if we woke up in the morning, really thinking about and worried about how do you sustain a culture, it really was applying these principles that are universal about sustainable happiness and having a higher purpose, applying it to this petri dish called Zappos, and then realizing that there's a growing field in this already going on. And so all these kind of parallel tracks met, and here we go.
How do you convince management within corporations that this is something they need to pay attention to and implement?
Yeah, so this is what's really cool. It's like not just Zappos that realized this. There's been all these studies, whether it's Harvard Business Review or Gallup does polls on this. So all this emergence and convergence of studies that basically show the positive ROI of happier employees. And so now we're doing different frameworks on how to actually measure that. So we measure the happiness of employees and correlate that to higher productivity, higher engagement, and time again it shows that there is a positive correlation. So for a CEO to consider this, we get very technical and say the ROI of happy cultures come from not just considering your customer lifetime value, but also your employee lifetime value. So as an example, if you think about that life cycle, if you increase your tenure of an employee from 6 months to, let's say, 2 years, it's a very concrete, tangible benefit from that value of that employee because they stayed longer, you don't have to hire and retrain a new person, and eventually you're getting greater value from that person.
How do you change a stagnant company to make change and become a more happy place to work?
Well, we have our own approach to go about it. The number one thing is just, can you commit to this idea? Because it's not like a one-trick pony type thing. It's actually a long-term commitment. It's a journey. We have a roadmap we take all of our clients through. Number one, first step is really aligning the leadership team and aligning on the sense of what's truly your higher purpose as a company. And then what's really your values. And not just meaningless words on the wall values, but real values that you can define behaviors from. So you make sure that everyone is really aligned and on the same page as what these concepts mean. So from that alignment, then we go through this whole 5-step process and roadmap to benchmarking. So the biggest naysayers can't say nay because you're actually measuring it, defining a plan, rolling it out, and then doing that all over again. So again, benchmarking again, and rinse, wash, repeat of that cycle. And that's how you see sustainable, long-term change in an authentic way.
So you can actually tie this work and change to the bottom line.
Essentially, yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for visiting with us.
Of course, thank
Great
you.
to see you.
Thanks for having me.